I'm Donna.
And I'm Daniela.
And we are the Organic Housewives. Today we're bringing you this video-based recipe. We are doing Asian slaw, one of our favorites. It's healthy, naturally gluten-free, dairy-free, and delicious. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm the official chopper today, so I'm going to go ahead and start chopping, and Daniela will share with you what we're putting into our recipe.
Today we have 4 cups of thinly sliced purple cabbage. And this is where Donna comes into play because she's an excellent chopper, and she will have to discuss that in the future. But for starters, 4 cups of thinly sliced purple cabbage.
Then we're going to do 4 cups of the Napa.
Correct.
This is Napa cabbage. If you can't find this at your local grocery store, feel free to substitute Savoy cabbage. Has a very similar texture. You can always use green cabbage as well, but I like the differences in texture, just so you have a little bit of the soft and tender type leaf along with the more rigid leaf. So we're going to go ahead and do 4 cups of the Napa.
Well, Donna, could you share with our friends exactly how you chop the cabbages, because this is so important to get it done quickly because you're always in a hurry, and safely.
Great point. So typically you always want to be chopping with a flat surface, and what I mean by that is, if you noticed, I chopped the bottom of the Napa cabbage off, okay? And we would have a flat surface this way, okay? Since we're only going to use a half a head of the Napa cabbage today, we want to go ahead, okay, the flat side down helps keep it stable, okay? So we're going to place this over here. So again, flat side down, and in this particular case, we want to go on the horizontal. Because I don't like to have big, long, stringy pieces of cabbage in my salad, I'm going to make a couple of vertical cuts first.
This makes the difference with your cabbage, is when you get more of the green versus a lot of the root in there. And that was always the difference when I made the salad than when Donna made the salad. And the secret was to use more of the leaf.
We're going to go ahead and add our roughly a 1/4 cup of red bell pepper. Okay, and one thing we do want to make sure that we do is that we go ahead and get this white membrane out. It does not make for good eats, so.
You could still eat it if you had to, of course, but it doesn't look pretty in the salad.
And one little trick too is that we would want to go ahead and just slice along that white part, and it does make it a little bit easier to pull out of the pepper. Some people just rip it out by hand too. I've seen it done both ways. And again, depending on how you want to have your pepper in there, some people like to be able to poke it with a fork. Personally, I like it in slivers. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and cut it lengthwise. And that's about the size of the sliver that we're putting in here. Okay.
And another very important point is when you do decide to purchase a tool for your kitchen, please do the knives first, because I've been to several people's houses and I get the most frustrating thing is like, oh, when you cook, and I'm like, of course I'll cook, and then you get into their knives and it's so hard to chop with it.
The most dangerous thing,
knife.
The most dangerous thing in a kitchen is a dull knife, because it wants to skip off of the fruit or the vegetable that you're cutting, and that's where you end up with those big gouges, and people are like, oh, I don't like cooking because it's so dangerous. Well, let's just have some extra sharp knives, and we'll do that in a future session on purchasing a knife and how to keep it sharp.
Well, dangerous, and it's not fun. I mean, it's hard enough sometimes being in the kitchen and shopping for hours. She's a little faster, that's why she gets the session, and really is an excellent chopper.
And by the way, all the ingredients that we're using today are organic. So versus saying organic green cabbage, organic Napa cabbage, etc., you can make that assumption with anything that we make during the show. And if we feel that it's something to really pull out or point out, we'll be sure to do that for you too. So when you have your green onion, we are going to use from the white end all the way to the green end. The flavor is a little more pungent on this side than you have on this side, but the color is amazing. And this side, some people will not want to use it because they feel it's a little bit bitter, more bitter, but we're using all of it. It's all great stuff. So we're just going to take the ends off here, and again go through our same technique of chopping. We're going to use about 4 of these.
Now, hence our name, Organic Housewives. Just to reiterate why, while Donna is promoted organic ingredients, it's because it's very important nowadays not to stay away from genetically modified organisms, as they say it, or pesticides, or different food chemical makeups that now even are in the produce department. So basically, you want to promote organic because that's what our bodies are, and the more chemicals you put in our body, the more junk it's going to mess up the DNA. It's kind of like fueling a car. You can't put the wrong sort of fuel into the car. Well, if we put chemicals into our organic body, the same thing's going to happen. You're going to have breakdown in the DNA, and eventually dis-ease will happen to your body. That's why we do basically organic. And I know people make fun of it and they say, oh, you're paying for pricey goods. I personally don't believe so. Ideally, it's best to have your own garden. But if you can't do that, you live in a city, at least buy organic where you can get it. You can buy it seasonally, so it's not as expensive. And that's kind of the way I do it. I don't buy berries in the middle of wintertime that are organic because it's so costly.
And that's something that we'll try to bring to you, the viewer, is bring you the seasonality of it. So just like Daniela was saying, doing your berries in the middle of winter, not always the most cost-effective proposition. Not to say that it's impossible, but you know, let's do that in the summer when they're coming into their season. Same thing with apples. Like right now, apples, you can buy organic apples here locally in the Atlanta marketplace for $1.49 a pound. $1.49 a pound, that's the same price or less in some cases of buying what you would call conventional produce. So that's what we're trying to do, is present you that, you know what, eating organic, eating clean, eating healthy, not only does it make you feel great, but it can be cost effective as well. And what you'll find, because the organic foods have a higher nutritional content than conventionally based foods, you know, you'll find that sometimes you're eating less because your body's getting what it finally needs. It's like craving a piece of chocolate, and you're just like, oh, I'm not gonna eat chocolate, I'm not gonna eat chocolate, and you go skirt around and you eat cucumbers or something, and finally you give in at the end. Well, eating nutritionally dense food is the same way. Eating nutritionally dense food is the same way. Your body is craving certain things, whether it be vitamin K, vitamin C, and until you get that, you're gonna keep snacking around. So, you know, you'll start to see the changes, and that's what we're excited to bring to you. Okay, so in doing this cilantro, we can go ahead and do one mass clip off the end. Now, my mother is Asian. She would totally freak out seeing that these pieces are being wasted. So in honor or deference to her, I will pick them off, but the rest of it goes in here. You can definitely hand pick the leaves. That is where most of the flavor is at. You can hand pick these little leaves off, but again, I'm trying to make it real for you folks. We're gonna do this a little bit quicker. So we're gonna go ahead and, again, we're doing a mass cut at the bottom. If you see any really delicious leaves, go ahead and pull them out. But otherwise, we're gonna go for bang for the buck and just grab it off the top. Okay, and again, it's organic. It is flavorful and pungent, so a little goes a long way. You can buy some conventionally grown cilantro. It is really, you just have to smell it. I know you can't smell through TV right now, but this has so much
I love cilantro.
going on. It's rocking. I love cilantro. Adding the carrot to our Asian slaw, all we want to do is take, and by the way, all of our vegetables, we pre-washed it, so it's not that we just went straight from farmer's market to literally farm to table, but farmer's market in the bowl. Okay, so we're just gonna peel off the carrot here. And again, I'm just not into having to do extra cutting if it's not necessary. So what we're gonna do is just simply put ribbons of the carrot in here. But if you wanted to use matchstick carrots, that's fine too, whatever your personal preference is. I like having some different textures. So that's all we're gonna do is just shoot these ribbons of carrot into here. And Daniela, if you'd be kind enough to hold that bowl up for me and let the viewers see what these little ribbons start to look like on top. And again, this is all going to get blended together. We're just gonna toss it with our tongs over here and get that well mixed and incorporated.
The dressing, there's a tamari ginger dressing, Asian style, that is amazing. And what I've learned most about beginning to cook at home, it's all about the dressings. No more buying jar dressings. I know that's nice and quick and easy, but just to make a quick homemade dressing is so much better for you and so much, I wouldn't say quicker, but so much healthier and so much more tasty.
I'm Donna,
And I'm Daniela.
and we are the Organic Housewives.
Anybody else who's doing
Have
it?
the shot.
No, sorry.
So get 2
Now,
teaspoons.
raw honey was something I used to have.
Hi, I'm Donna,
And I'm Daniela.
and we are the Organic Housewives.